Hey YouTube, it's Maddie's Daddy 12. I am Jason, and it is like, I don't know, like 6:30 in the morning on my day off, and I'm gonna go do some yard selling because I'm that kind of dumb, and I'm looking to make a little bit of money for my family on eBay by buying stuff cheap and reselling it. So, no time better than the present. So let's get out here and let's get started and let's see what we can find. So I'm going to use this video to talk about a subject. Since I've opened up the eBay store on a bigger scale and I have started to put things in the flea market booth, I've opened up the booth. A lot of guys at work have been talking to me about, is it worth it? So I'm going to use this video as an opportunity to talk about that subject, talk about whether it is or isn't worth it for me to do this, and we'll use this video. Throughout the video, we'll talk about that subject, and we'll do that as we stop at the different stops. So stick around and I'll talk about it as we go through the video.
Singing at me. Baby Yoda. And I'm knocking guys over. Yeah.
All right, guys, so one of the major factors when you're trying to decide whether or not this is worth it is the money. Are you making enough money on each sale in order to make it worth it? So this morning I sold a baseball card on eBay for, I want to say it was like $2.50. I got it at the flea market for out of the 10-cent bin. It was one that I knew was worth a little bit more money, but it's something I really enjoy. I'm not making a bunch of money on that. After fees and everything, I probably made like $1.50 in profit on that. Like, not a whole lot. But it doesn't take a whole lot of time, and I do make a little bit of money on it, and I do a lot of the baseball cards while I'm watching baseball games. So it's something to do while I'm watching the game, and I make a little bit extra money on it. All in all, after it takes like 2 minutes to list the card, it takes like 2 to 3 minutes to sell or once it sells to ship the card. I got 5 minutes invested in it. I make $1.50 profit. I'm making maybe $8 to $10 an hour technically when I sell that card, because it doesn't take a whole lot of time to list it. And is there higher profit margins on other things? Yes, absolutely. There's higher profit margins to be had on other items, but it's something I enjoy, and it's something that's easy to do, and that has to factor into it at some point.
How are we doing? Oh, not bad. Getting out and about. You wouldn't do 5 on this trunk, would you?
Yeah, I do that.
You do it. All right. Oh, those are kind of cool. Boxes are damaged. Looks like it's missing that. $0.25 each, or 12 for the box. Thomas Rain toy. Breast pump. I don't need a breast pump. Looks like I'm in the business of trinket boxes now. I got this little thing. I wonder if this is supposed to be for wine. As tall as it is, like wine bottles. I know, I'm fairly certain this one is. See if I can get it open. You know, with the larger cut down here and that smaller cut up here. Looks like it's made for a wine bottle. A little wine bottle travel case, but I couldn't find any branding on it. So I'll let it be. But for $2, $3 on this jewelry box. I ended up getting this for, she originally offered him, or I asked for 5, but all of this came up to 19, so I went ahead and just gave her 20. So I guess I got 6 in that, 6 in this shelf, and $1 on the Home Sweet Home. I'll throw $6 on that and probably get that. But yeah, looks like I'm in the trinket box business now. Another thing you have to keep in mind when you're trying to decide whether or not this is worth it is, what are you spending the money on? So when we first started this, I was spending the money on our trip to Disney. It was all about flipping everything we could to make as much money as possible so that I could pay for the trip to Disney using no actual cash out of our savings or out of our checking accounts. We wanted to do it strictly on the profits from our reselling, and we were able to do that. Now, the goals have changed a little bit between then and now. In that little time frame there, I was using a lot of the profits from eBay just to buy stuff off of eBay that I liked. I collect a lot of baseball cards. I collect a lot of baseball memorabilia, as you guys see in the backgrounds of all my videos. And I was using my profits from eBay in order to buy more of that stuff. So I was using my hobby to pay for a hobby. And now, of course, some things have changed. These little ships. I don't know if that one would do well. This one might do okay. Maybe got $8, maybe $4. This stuff is interesting. Little wine bottle holders. $2. Couple of shelves. So he just said everything's half price. So at half price, $1 for the little wine holder. I'll do that. And the shelves. I wonder. $3. Yeah, I found this little Commonwealth picker. Little gem right here. Half price, it's $1. Little ashtray, little rose ashtray. It's kind of neat. I'm not going to sell really quick, but it should be kind of cool. I like it. That's kind of more just to show off to everybody. That thing is huge.
Yeah, it's big.
Like,
And the tops come off.
the tops come off?
Yeah, the 3 tops.
Oh, that's cool.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little tray to clean out. That is neat. That is neat. I wasn't originally going to get these, but when he said half price, I figured, what the hell, at $1 a piece, I can probably sell those for $6 or $8 each at the flea market booth. At $1 each. More wine holders. Like, what's up with all the wine holders? And then the Commonwealth Picker Special, $1 on the little ashtray. It does have, where did it, I felt it just a second ago. There it is. It does have a little chip in it. I don't know how easily that's going to be to see. These don't sell super fast, but I don't know. I've never really dabbled in the ashtrays before, so I'm going to try to see if I can move some. So what am I spending the money on now? You guys have heard about the life changes, and that's what we're spending the money on now, is trying to make sure that I can give my family the same kind of life experiences that I was giving them before, and just trying to give them the best life that I can give them. And of course, when you're spending your money that way, you're spending it the right way. Outside of the money, you got to look at the time. And yes, it is a lot of time goes into going to all the yard sales, back and forth to all these sales, but I would be doing that anyway, guys. Here's the deal. Like, that is in my blood. My mom and dad, I was raised on a fixed income. My mom and dad are both disabled. My dad is a disabled Vietnam vet, and we were raised on a fixed income, and we lived at yard sales. We bought a lot of our stuff at yard sales, at junk stores, at Goodwills, and flea markets. And my mom and dad were doing this before I was born, and well after I was born. We would buy stuff at yard sales, and they had one of the live flea markets where you would go every Saturday morning, and you would set up, and we would leave so early in the morning, and we would go to all these different flea markets, and we would set up tables, and we would set up booths, and we had this great big Ford van, and I would sleep in the back of it while they were doing all that. And then when I would get up, I would wander around the flea market, and this is how I grew up, guys. This is what I do. So is it worth it? For me, yes, it's very worth it. It's a lot of fun, and it's in my blood. It's something I enjoy. So I appreciate it, guys. Keep following me around to all these adventures, and we'll see how much more money we can make for the family. But for now, I appreciate it. Subscribe, comment down below, show us how much you love us.